Yes, do it again. Do it again.
God! The views and opinions of Ozzy V are for entertainment purposes only and do not necessarily represent the views and opinions of Flesh Wound Features, Flesh Wound Horror, or any of their respective affiliates and podcasters. Again, Dan should read this more than me. You know, before I do this normal intro, I just have to say, I think there's got to be some sort of psychological detriment to, on a review show, say, hey, the reviews you hear from me or anything you hear from me are only my opinions because I'm freaking crazy. That's what it sounds like I'm doing. But anyhow, back to the original intro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Flesh Wound Farce, where we review and discuss your and our favorite comedy films. This is the world's first and only combination trivia host and professional wrestling announcer of Chilean descent that currently resides in Southern California, Ozzy V. And with me, as always, on this program, first in the Northern California Bay Area, world's famous juggler, Greg Larson. How you doing, Greg?
Man, Ozzy, I am great. We get to talk about a film that is primarily rooted in the 49ers winning the Super Bowl.
Oh my God.
Which is great. Hence my 49er jersey. And also my fantasy football championship. For those of you watching on YouTube, you can see the center of Ace Ventura, as well as, where's it at? Some more fun parts of this wonderful movie.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. But it was a lot of fun. I love Ace Ventura. Love Jim Carrey. This was great, even though factually Super Bowl 17 was not the 49ers and the Miami Dolphins. It was
Who was
Washington.
it? And who else? Who else, Greg? Tell the world who else was in that Super Bowl and what happened in that Super Bowl.
All right, what happened, Ozzy?
Oh no, I asked you first.
I don't remember.
Oh, he doesn't remember. He doesn't remember.
But Super Bowl 19.
The Redskins and the Raiders, by the way, with Marcus Allen setting the record for the longest touchdown run in a Super Bowl.
No, that didn't happen.
That's what he did at that year. Yes.
That didn't happen.
Greg,
Never happened.
Greg's in denial. Anyway, also with us, Flesh Wound producer Todd.
Who won that game?
The Raiders did, like 38-17.
Oh, I don't remember.
Joe Theismann threw a screen pass and a linebacker intercepted it for the end zone. It was funny because,
by the way,
Theismann said, "I don't think that's a good idea," and Joe Gibbs said, "Run it." And then they always tease each other, apparently, or I don't know if one of them's passed, but they're used to at least by saying, "Nice throw, Theismann," and he always said, "Great call, Gibbs," based on that, as a joke.
So is this the Dolphins' last Super Bowl win?
The Dolphins did play the 49ers in Super Bowl 19, however,
that was like 38-17 or 16.
38-16, quite the shellacking, not a 1 point or whatever game.
Right.
Yes.
So the outcome of actually, we just totally jumped in talking about the film before even airing the trailer or going over the synopsis. Todd, just please air the trailer.
They faced incredible odds and unbeatable enemies to earn the name hero. But now there's a new way to spell action. Jim Carrey is Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. He's the best there is.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Pet Detective.
Actually, he's the only one there is.
You really love animals, don't you?
If it gets cold enough.
Now, the mascot of the Miami Dolphins has been kidnapped.
Oh, righty then.
And he's on the case of a lifetime.
Listen, Pet Dick, how would you like me to make your life a living hell?
Well, I'm not really ready for a relationship, Lois.
There's no place he won't go.
Captain's log, starting 23.9.
Ace, get out of the tank.
I just can't do it, Captain. I'll do it.
nothing he won't do. And no one he can't handle.
I could do anything to embarrass me in front of camp.
What? Like this?
Hi, Captain Stubing.
Because when this pet detective gets the scent,
Where's Dan Marino? Hi, I'm Dan Marino.
Reno, why?
Because he's about to join Snowflake.
he'll follow it anywhere.
Here, Snowflake.
Jim Carrey is
Do not go in there.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Yes, yes, yes.
That was Ace Ventura Pet Detective, released February 4th, 1994, with a rating PG-13 and a runtime 1 hour and 26 minutes. Quick one-line synopsis from IMDb reads, a goofy detective specializing in animals goes in search of the missing mascot, Miami Dolphins. Pretty short and simple as to what it is. Directed by Tom Shadyac, written by Jack Bernstein, Tom Shadyac, and Jim Carrey, starring Jim Carrey, Courtney Cox, Sean Young, among others. Initial thoughts on this film for me real quick is, I mean, it was like...
Were you too young when you saw it?
I think a lot of people were too young when they saw it. But it completely changed the game in terms of, I mean, this was a lot of first people, myself included, a lot of first people's time seeing Jim Carrey in a movie where he was able to, be this extreme, where he was able to show what he can do. Really, Once Bitten didn't really.
Don't be dissing Once Bitten. I'm just
no. I'm. It's not a bad movie. We're gonna watch it later this year.
October.
Sneak peek. Yeah, I know exactly. But I think this was the first one where he was able to just let loose. And I definitely got that sense. And holy cow, I forgot how many ridiculous gags are in the film that it makes subtle ones that much funnier.
Mm-hmm.
So, Greg, how about yours?
First off, I want to apologize for getting into the movie so quick before even the trailer. I just got way too excited about seeing two teams that they thought at the time were like pinnacle teams. And then, of course, they had to say the Eagles for a team that obviously would not win in a Super Bowl for the end of it. I'm not sure how many movies the Raiders have been featured that way in, but it was fun. I love this movie. I love this franchise. So I was really, really, really excited to get back into this and check it out again.
Glad to hear it, Todd.
Just initial thoughts on this one, right? We're not doing lines yet.
Right.
Okay.
In fact, if you want to do your initial thoughts and then go into the line or scene, that can work too.
Yeah. I'd already been familiar with, like we've mentioned from Once Bitten. Really, this is like his, then there was In Living Color, but this feels like he's channeling a little bit of File Marshal Bill and a lot of his over the top stuff there, which it's the perfect star vehicle for him. I remember 94. I was either in high school or just out of high school. It was the perfect time. And I will say a couple things don't come off as well as they in 2021, but there are a couple kind of rough things.
Sure.
But still a hilarious movie.
How did you want to get into your
and my favorite line, which was in the trailer? I'm going to make your life a living hell. Well, I'm not ready for a relationship, Lewis, but thanks. And that's not telling because I'm married. I'm just saying that was the most hilarious line.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I definitely got a kick out of that. For me personally, I was torn in terms of how hard I was laughing at these things. Actually, you know what? I'll let Greg go first just because I don't want to say two and then I'm taking both of your potential options. So I'll let you go first, Greg.
Well, thank you, sir. So the moment that it wasn't even Jim Carrey is a man who often doesn't need actual words to be funny. And this moment involved no words at all, but he's in a small raft, and he gets out a little fan that he turns on and then uses it as a motor, which, funny already, goes like half an inch and then stops to get the ladder. Brilliant.
Yeah.
To your point about the subtleties right there, like so much is ridiculous just to see that little bit, just so you can go that, just if you're not paying attention, it'll go right over your head. Like if you're zoned out, it's not going to hit, but if you're paying attention, that's definitely the case. Okay, cool. So I can say my two things, at least. This is a spoof of a detective movie at its core, right? So when he's in the apartment and he actually figures out, it wasn't a suicide, yada, yada, and he does actual detective work. And then the gimmick with the door, the sliding glass door and him screaming, it's masterful when you could see somebody making a good point and being that humorous at the same time, in that fashion. And then him celebrating that he's clearly smarter than everybody else in the room because he figured this out. What you see in the trailer of him like thrusting his hips, yet like that's exactly what I do when I make a good pick in fantasy football, and then they turn out like week 1, my 13th pick turns out to be a superstar. That's exactly the same feeling you have. And I also did want to give a shout out to all the asylum scenes where he pretends to be crazy. Just, oh my Lord, just, it's masterful. It really is. So I'm going to jump right into the rating right now. I got a headache from laughing. So I can't, like, as a basic movie, we're looking like at a 3, 2.5, maybe. But he does so much to make it that much better. Nobody else could do this movie. So I'd have to rate it a 5 for that, purely on the fun factor alone. Greg?
I've been thinking about this since I watched it, because I was gonna have a tough time rating it because this movie is funny. The problem is things I've seen after this movie. Ace Ventura 2, in my opinion, is like he took the first movie and just skyrocketed from there. And so I think in comparison, I would give Ace Ventura 2 a 5. Spoilers if we ever do that movie. But I can't feel I can give it that same rating. So I have to give it a 4.99. Just for that purpose.
I'll say it now. I hope we don't do the second one because I am nowhere near a 5. Yeah. I know people of your age have this same response. Like, Ozzy, close your mouth.
People of your age. Greg, how old are you? We discussed on this. I'm 37. Greg, how old are you?
37.
Todd, how old are you?
About to be 45.
Shut the hell. Really? I thought you were younger than that. Never mind. My bad.
I was born in 76.
We just talked about when this movie came out and he was graduating high school, and I was thinking to myself,
I never take Todd seriously. I mean, okay, well, all right.
So,
we will watch the second one. We're not going to do it next week, but we will be watching the second one in revenge.
I might be sick
school.
that week.
No, you're gonna suffer the consequences for private school by watching Ace Ventura 2.
That's fair.
And we're gonna watch Biodome again.
I actually liked Biodome. Remember?
Dang it! I thought you sighed last time. I
did, but
you changed your mind because it's a brilliant movie. Anyway,
no, I'm a 5.
No, okay. So you were a 5 on this one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You were swerving us.
Well, yeah. No. I was talking about the second one. This one I think is a 5.
Oh,
but I do also agree with Greg, not referring to the second film, but the comedy changed after this, and it. How am I trying to say it? I don't want to say it got funnier, but the style of humor got a little bit different, and some of those I think now are funnier because this is
I think it got zanier.
Yeah, 100%.
It got very cartoonish. People saw, or the studio saw how well received this one was. We're like, let's do more of that.
The rhino scene.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Who
Save
doesn't
it.
laugh at the rhino scene? Like, who doesn't lose their mind at the rhino scene? But anyway, that's
Right.
for the sequel. That's for another day. Now, next week, we will be back with a new episode. We'll be reviewing a film from the year 1988, starring Leslie Nielsen. That film, The Naked Gun, from the Files of Police Squad. One of my
I thought we
favorite
already
movies
did
of all
it.
time. We did not.
I thought
Todd, we
did.
did not. I mean, there's some things I'm really spotty on in terms of memory, but there's some things I remember really well. And I could tell you for a fact that we did not review this film. But we'll be reviewing it next week right here on Flesh Wound Farce. I'm Ozzy V. That's Greg. That's Todd. Did you guys have anything else? Actually, you know what? Hold on a second. There's going to be some overtime here, and maybe you can end the show right now if you want to not get into the series, because there's some stuff I need to address, because I'm reading some things about this movie, specifically Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, that I just felt kind of, after watching it and then reading about it, I thought like, now you guys know my politics. I'm fairly liberal, right? And I just got to say this because I just want to make it known, like, I'm not ignoring it. Towards the end, it does seem a little homophobic, but in terms of the opinion of making transgender people seem insane, I didn't understand. And I thought that was something.
There's a history of that in Hollywood.
There is definitely. Well, I mean, specifically the Crying Game, right?
Silence of the Lambs.
Sure.
There's a whole,
sure.
Yeah.
However, I think in the terms of this film being a spoof of a detective movie, and you actually have in his things, Ray Finkel's things, when he was at the asylum, that he read an article about a hiker that was never found. Right. That's an opportunity where I can hide my identity and nobody will think I'm a woman. I didn't see it as somebody, I want to be transgender now. I want to get my revenge on Dan Marino, because that's the whole movie illustrated. Well, not the whole, but like towards the end, you really saw this guy wants to kill Dan Marino. He'll do whatever he needs to do. You know, he'll have a sex change operation, not because he wants to be a woman. He just wants revenge on Dan Marino. So I just wanted to let that out, because as I was watching that scene, I thought, I'm going to have to read about this, because back then I was a different kid. No idea. But now at age 37 in 2021, I think I can give a fair opinion on it. And that's just my fair opinion, because I didn't see much, much of that negative context in terms of anybody being transgender, to be completely honest. I definitely will agree that it did seem somewhat homophobic towards the end, but that's just the time. And ultimately,
that's just
hold on a second. I'm not done. I am not fucking done. All right. However, I've known people that have had to kiss the same gender just out of a dare, and they didn't enjoy it. So I didn't really see that as too weird.
No, that's not where I was going, Ozzy. I said, it's of its time. But when I said that with private school, I was the asshole.
No, the asshole in private
pedophilia.
School. That's
like
true.
A Raiders fan.
Oh my God.
Really embarrassing.
How could you equate the two? God, it's not like I have no hair and I'm running wrestling shows out of a stupid suite building.
Yet.
I don't think Greg got the joke.
I know.
Anyhow, but yeah, going back now. Again, we'll be back next week with a new episode, The Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad. Once again, I'm Ozzy. That's Greg, and that's Todd. Anything else before we head out?
Good night.
Good night. See you next week right here on Flesh Wound Farce.